Long-term analysis of Intel Corporation. Let's analyze together if it's a good stock to buy or not right now, because in 2025, 2027, anything can happen in the future with this one. Read the disclaimer right here and the video description below. Look at what happened back in 2021. That was when the stock was making new highs. And interestingly, when since Apple stopped using the Intel chipsets, you can clearly see the correlation of the price action and when that happened. Since that, the stock is minus 72%. It started a little bit before, but obviously this change is something that takes time, so when the financial results reflects exactly what happened, it's a little bit later. And actually it all started in 2021, when you can clearly see the drop of minus 72%. And then again, we go to the net income, which is gonna confirm exactly that. Since they've stopped using chipsets for Apple, look at what happened. It's like losses, and some good results, but never. It was never the results they got between 2017 and 2021. At that time they were making a very very good net income. Positive net income for 5.8 billion normally per quarter. But look at that, the situation right now is very, very dramatic with this one. And that's probably the stock is underperforming right now. We're talking about 2013 levels, so that's a long way to go. But obviously, look at the fundamentals. They are kind of horrible. There were some good financial results, in between June 2023 and December 2023. But apart from those, it's like the rest, they are negative. I mean, they're horrible. Look at that. We have in September 2024 like a minus 16 billion in one quarter. So completely insane. So right now the situation is difficult. That's the truth for Intel Corporation. They need to reinvent themselves, in order to gain market share again. The forecast is very important to assess that, because obviously this is the current situation, but is it gonna be the future as well? Okay, so we have 32 analysts from Wall Street. The average says the stock should go up 2%, which is very little to current levels. There is one optimistic guy that thinks that the Intel should go back to $100, like more than 300%. That's kind of optimistic. But look at the important information we have here in the EPS, earnings per share, and revenue. Earnings per share, remember guys, this is linked with the net income. So obviously a negative number like this one is because the stock is in losses, and the important thing here is like the estimate for the next 4 quarters. We're talking about like it's gonna be like a hard quarter in the next one, even the next one, the second one of 2025. But the annual forecast is getting better, so maybe the worst has happened for Intel. We're talking about 2024 was the worst year in the last decade. Completely horrible. But the forecast is better. We're talking about by 2025, the estimate is like 0.51. By 2026, double that amount, and by 2027, 3 times that amount, and so on and so forth. So obviously, according to this, it's gonna get better. Obviously, we have also to make sure that the reporting earnings are exactly that, because I would say it's a little bit the reporting a little bit better than the estimate. If that continues to be the case, it's gonna be positive, So maybe buying the stock at these current levels, which is completely oversold, and you can clearly see right here from the RSI and MACD. It could be a good opportunity, in terms of fundamentals. And interestingly, guys, it's not it's kind of some kind of divergence right here. It's small, but it's important to notice. You can clearly see right here the uptrend and the price action going a little bit lower. So maybe we have like a bullish divergence for the long term, which is normally this case is the best one. When you buy a bullish RSI in the weekly chart is completely insane. We're talking about possible profits, if it goes well, more than 200%, it could make new highs again. But obviously a lot of things have to happen, and we go back to the forecast because we need to be realistic, and the realistic thing is like in 2021 the EPS was 5.47. So obviously look at the estimate by 2028, it's half that amount. So if we take in consideration the year 2021 and the estimate for the next 4 years, maybe 2028, it would be the best one, to assess. We're talking about like a possible upturn of 100%, because obviously we're talking about that this price action, $70 or something around that, it should be like an EPS of 5 or above. In this case, we are not gonna get that, not even in 2028. We're gonna get half of it. So obviously, the best possible scenario according to that data is just 100%, which is not bad, because obviously then you have to add the dividends, and with the dividends it's a little bit better, in that sense. So what do you think about Intel? Do you think it's a good stock to buy or not? Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about this one. And we're going to end with the seasonals, because it's completely insane what happened with Intel. It's one of the cases that people think, okay, you buy a stock and you hold it forever. Not always it's a good strategy, because here we are going to get all the data. Maybe that's too much data, I would say. Maybe from 2007, 2007 until today. And you can clearly see the best year was 2023. It was like a more than 88%. It was an unusual year, but obviously it came from a huge downtrend, So the situation is not the same. And you can clearly see right here the worst years for Intel were like 2022, 2024. Very, very recent data. And even 2008, which is like the financial crisis. So right now the situation is completely different, because we are coming from this downtrend, and we could get like a good bullish scenario, but it's not gonna be as big as before, as those years seen in 2020, 2019. Those years were better. The financial statements of the company was like more than 5 billion of net income per quarter. It's not gonna be the case, not even in the short term, not even in the long term. So you have to take into consideration of the data, So this is the Intel Corporation. So for the long term, we get good financial performance, obviously, as well. You can clearly see the average is more than 20% per year, but obviously the situation is completely different. It could be a little bit, it could take a while to get those numbers again. So we had to be cautious with this one, but obviously, according to the data, the worst has finished. The worst case scenario has been completed, and you can clearly see this bullish divergence, which is very, very positive, but it could take a while, So in order to regain those levels seen back in April 2021, wow, it could take a lot of years to get into that again. So thank you very much, guys. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe to Trading ST to watch more content like this.